I'm Jono. Ubuntu Server versus Rocky Linux. Let's see which one holds up in production.
June 21st, 2023. Red Hat restricted RHEL source code access. Rocky Linux called the change a minor inconvenience, adapted its build pipeline, and shipped Rocky 10 in June 2025. The incident also made something else visible. Every Linux server distribution depends on someone's decisions about what ships to the servers running it. Rocky depends on Red Hat's source code policies. Ubuntu Server depends on Canonical's packaging decisions, update systems, and snap strategy. The announcement did not threaten Ubuntu. It reminded Ubuntu administrators they trust a different corporation on the same question. Ubuntu Server and Rocky Linux are not competing answers to the same problem. Ubuntu. Which canonical-steered distribution best serves cloud and general-purpose workloads? Rocky. Which community distribution best preserves RHEL-compatibility for workloads already in Red Hat's orbit? The orbit is the decision, everything else follows. Mark Shuttleworth founded Canonical in 2004 and released Ubuntu 4.10 in October of that year. The founding premise: take Debian, the most principled community Linux distribution, and make it more accessible. Add a predictable release cadence, a long-term support model, and professional services. Ubuntu's relationship with Debian has carried friction across the years, with Debian contributors arguing at various points that Canonical takes more from that relationship than it contributes back. Ubuntu Server's most important feature for enterprise infrastructure is the LTS model. The current release, 24.04 Noble Numbat, carries standard security support through April 2029. Ubuntu Pro extends that to 15 years. The compliance tooling bundled in Ubuntu Pro covers FIPS, CIS, DIS, AS, TIG, and FedRAMP requirements. Cloud-init, the automated instance provisioning system Ubuntu shapes and maintains, is the closest thing to a standard for cloud server configuration. Official Ubuntu images ship on every major cloud platform. NVIDIA targets Ubuntu first for driver and toolkit support. The tutorial ecosystem and the available third-party documentation are deeper for Ubuntu than for any alternative. The trust question that has become a consistent community theme in 2025 and 2026 is not about technical quality. It is about alignment, whether Canonical's commercial direction and the practical needs of server administrators are consistently the same thing. The snap packaging system, the automatic update incidents, and the need restart privilege escalation that sat undetected by default on Ubuntu Server for 10 years are each different aspects of the same underlying question about who makes decisions for the infrastructure running Ubuntu. Gregory Kurtzer announced Rocky Linux on December 8, 2020, one day after Red Hat announced CentOS Linux 8 would end on December 31, 2021. He named the project after Rocky McGaw, his co-founder at CentOS, who had died in 2007. The project is named after a dead man. The governance structure, the Rocky Enterprise Software Foundation, was formally chartered in November 2022, with specific provisions to prevent Rocky from suffering the same fate as CentOS, acquired, redirected, or controlled by a commercial entity. Rocky Linux's value proposition is RHEL compatibility without RHEL subscription costs. RPM packages built for RHEL 9 run on Rocky 9. System administration conventions, file paths, and configuration locations match RHEL. Enterprise software with RHEL certification typically runs on Rocky without modification. The support windows are long: Rocky 9 through May 2032, Rocky 10 through May 2035. The cPanel deprecation in February 2026 is the clearest evidence of the structural risk that has been Rocky's persistent companion since December 2020. cPanel informed administrators in 2024 that Rocky would be supported indefinitely. In 2026, it wasn't. Rocky's RHEL compatibility did not prevent that outcome. Ecosystem participation requires more than technical compatibility with RHEL. It requires that the software vendors, control panels, and certification bodies whose products run on the infrastructure continue to recognize Rocky as a first-class platform. That recognition belongs to those organizations, not to Rocky. The community characterization of Rocky Linux is consistent across reviews, forum threads, and sysadmin discussions. Boring in the best possible way. It behaves the way RHEL behaves. It updates on a schedule. It does not introduce surprises. For enterprise teams whose operational model requires predictability above all else, that characterization is the correct goal and a genuine strength.
The failure modes from both distributions in the research period are specific to the orbit each one operates in. Ubuntu's failure modes in 2024 and 2025 involve Canonical's decisions reaching production infrastructure in ways administrators did not anticipate. The need restart privilege escalation vulnerabilities, present by default since 2021, were discovered by external researchers in November 2024. The OpenSSH-server package updates in November 2024 and March 2026, pushed by unattended -upgrades, left servers unreachable after the next reboot. The unattended -upgrades system itself failed platform-wide in October 2025 due to a Rust core utils bug. Each incident is a different category: a security tool that became an attack surface, a routine package update that broke remote access, an automatic security system that stopped applying security updates. All three involve Ubuntu's automatic systems producing unexpected outcomes on infrastructure administrators believed they understood. Rocky's failure modes involve the dependencies its compatibility model carries. The DNNF package manager broke itself after a routine update in February 2024, requiring recovery tools that themselves depend on the package manager being functional. The CentOS 7 to Rocky 8 migration path is unsupported in place, which means the organization most likely to choose Rocky, one migrating from CentOS 7, faces a fresh install requirement. The cPanel deprecation in February 2026 demonstrated that ecosystem support can be withdrawn from Rocky without Rocky changing anything. Both failure categories are predictable from the distribution's respective positions. Ubuntu's failure mode is a consequence of Canonical's control over what reaches production automatically, and the degree to which administrators defer that control. Rocky's failure mode is a consequence of the upstream source and ecosystem dependencies its compatibility model requires, dependencies that sit outside the community's direct control. The choice between Ubuntu Server and Rocky Linux is a choice about which orbit the infrastructure already lives in and which dependencies the team is willing to manage. Ubuntu Server is the correct starting point for infrastructure that begins from a general-purpose server or cloud requirement with no existing RHEL history. The cloud integration is the deepest available. The documentation and tutorial ecosystem is larger than any alternative. Vendor and third-party support defaults to Ubuntu first in most categories. For a team standing up new infrastructure in 2026 with no prior Linux server estate, Ubuntu Server is the lowest friction path. The cost is accepting Canonical's ongoing packaging and upgrade decisions and building clear policies around what the automatic update systems are permitted to do without administrator review. The incidents from 2024 and 2026 are a guide to where those policies need to be explicit. Rocky Linux is the correct starting point for infrastructure that already runs in the RHEL orbit, where software vendors have certified their products for RHEL, where operational teams think in RPM terms, and where the long stability windows of RHEL 9 and RHEL 10 equivalents are the primary requirement. Rocky provides RHEL compatibility without the RHEL subscription cost, with community governance structured specifically to prevent another CentOS-style discontinuation. The cost is accepting that Rocky's compatibility depends on Red Hat's continued source accessibility, and that the ecosystem around Rocky makes its own decisions about whether Rocky remains a recognized platform. The February 2026 cPanel deprecation is the most recent evidence that this risk is not theoretical. For teams with mixed requirements, the distributions are not interchangeable. Migrating from one orbit to the other is operational work, not a package upgrade. Ubuntu depends on Canonical's decisions, Rocky depends on Red Hat's. Choosing between them is choosing which dependency to carry.